Alright, so we need a recap just to cover off what we had last time. So you guys received directions from the Inquisitor to head to the Gallows Way and make contact with Oath Captain Katie Ann Mills, who had reported the finding of several unusual artifacts of a possible Xenos origin in her sector, or in her district. You went down there, discovered that a horrible murder had just taken place, or at least some sort of multiple death thing going on, along with several bodies that were already dead. And you decided to investigate the various charnel houses of the district, the guilds. You met with... let's go back to my notes. Sorry, the carrying guilds, I should say. You met with Eris Vlador, and she told you all about her involvements with the Fane brothers and their supposed mother who had truck with unholy powers, and she also drugged you in the process. Some of you who are still feeling the effects of that drugging.
She drugged some of us.
Yeah!
So, any questions before we kick off
She only
again?
drugged the ones who were having fun.
Yes. No? Alright, well, I believe
we were on our way
to see Virus Keth as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the madman.
Yeah,
Charnel
the
House
possible unsanctioned psyker.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so, making your way through the streets, you notice that some people about the place have started to take notice of your presence. You know, as a group moving around, some of whom display quite obvious trappings of the ecclesiarchy or other ecclesiarchal factions, you know, who are obviously unknown to the area, who may have been seen about the location of tonight's grisly murders. There are a few people in the street starting to sort of, you know, cast a glance your way, often quickly sort of, you know, darting out of sight, you know, because they obviously you're here for no good, or otherwise giving you quite a wide berth. But yeah, certainly your presence here is not completely unnoticed at the moment. But making your way through the Gallows Way, you do find your way to another charnel house. It has a similar exterior appearance to House 17, where the murder was perpetrated, less like the opulence of 38, where you met Eris. In fact, this one almost looks like the most run down of the lot that you've seen so far. You know, the sounds of industry still occur within, but there is no guard at the front door on the outside. Over to you.
So shall we just walk in like we belong here?
Seems
Sure.
for us so far.
Seems to work fine.
Alright, well, the
It's
door
not
is locked.
particularly subtle, but I don't think we are.
Knock on the door.
Okay, you bang loudly on the door.
And
Sorry? A skull coated in some sort of dark metal and set into the wall beside the door.
saying,
Previously-
saying, oh man, the door's locked.
Okay. I see you want to start picking the lock, do you? No?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Alright.
No. What did it knock on the door?
Some sort of gilt
What?
skull
Who's picking
beside the
lock?
door.
That would, I think there's a bit of a delay on my thing.
Okay. Do you want to disconnect and reconnect? So I'll just give Cameron a second to...
Did somebody
It
drop
depends,
out?
like how much delayed is it? I think I'm sort of,
It's a significant delay, Cameron. It's probably about 10 to 15 seconds.
sounds like it's pretty delayed.
Everybody mock Cameron.
Alright,
Oh,
give me 2 seconds. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect. Sorry.
Now, does this lock look like we could shoot it open?
Yeah, I mean,
The door opened.
it's a
We
mechanical
knocked
lock.
and its skull turned up.
Oh,
Well,
Wow,
I'm just
why
saying-
would we do that?
I'm just saying there is a skull built into the wall beside it that when you knock on the door, the mouth of the skull drops open and there's clearly like a small Vox unit there, and a voice on the other side says, "Yes."
See?
Hello, who's there?
I'm definitely.
I guess I say,
Larzar.
I say, we're here to see your master.
There's moments of
Let
silence.
us in to see the master of the house.
One moment, and there's like a sort of metallic click, and the skull's mouth closes again. After
Wow.
maybe 2 minutes, you hear several sort of odd mechanical sounds of multiple bolts, probably on the inside of the door, being shifted back. Finally, the actual door handle turns and the door opens up. Standing there is a man, by our comparison, probably in about his 70s, or maybe a bit older. He is thin, wayfish, malnourished, wearing what appear to be bedclothes, soiled bedclothes for that matter. He has some augmentics about him, but they are mostly old and rusted in a lot of cases. So he has one cataract eye, and the other eye has a optical augmentic, but you're not even sure about the quality of that. Looking at it, it looks, the actual optic glass appears to be faded and clouded, almost like his other eye. Plus, he has a few tubes that run out of him onto a small sort of belt pack, such almost like a small powered unit designed to help his internal functions from without. And he sort of regards you all with his milky eye and stained glass. Yes. What's this about? Do you come seeking
Are you the
fortune?
master of the house?
Yes. Furious Keth. Who are you?
Master Ket, we are envoys from the Upper Hive, and we have heard of your great talents, and we would like to have our futures read. This is my master.
He sort of
Grand gesture
I step
to,
forward.
he sort of squints his milky eye while looking at you, as though that would make his augmentic work better, and then turns around with a huff and says, Come in, it's cold out there. It's actually quite warm outside. But
When he turns his back, I look back at the group as if like everything's fine.
Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
follow
You're
him in. I mean, what
stoned.
could go wrong?
He's just one
Yeah,
old
you
man.
guys
What
are all
could
looking at my
happen?
back. One old man. He's crapping his own pants. Come on.
when I say soiled, it's not like recently soiled. It's just soiled and then allowed to dry.
Okay.
That's okay then.
Oh yeah.
That makes it better.
Oh, that's much better.
The antechamber within he leads you into is sort of set up in a receiving capacity, both from the purposes of delivery of freight. So there's large quantity boxes of probably, you'd guess maybe the things that are being shipped back up Hive that have been removed from the bodies in the charnel house. Other than that, there is also a large number of knickknacks fashioned from human bone hanging from the ceiling. So little human effigies or other strange shapes or creatures basically fashioned out of spun together finger bones or hand and foot bones. Just small sort of delicate objects that hang from wire from the ceiling and sort of clink together as you move through the room.
Kangaroo looks up and says, "Oh, these are lovely. Where did you get these?"
Yeah? Oh, made them. Yes, made them. Many years of work.
Can I roll? Can I roll Omniscience?
You certainly may roll omniscience. I will give
Sorry,
you. I
I'm
will
a bit
even give
slow,
you.
the drugs.
I'll even give you a +10. 'Cause that's the sort of guy I am. Actually, no. Scrap that. I'm going to give you a -20 because that's what the book says.
Make up your
Alright
mind
then.
already.
Yeah, yeah. See,
66,
James would have been nice, but the book's making him be evil.
That's
What
right.
a dick.
It's the book.
It's the book's fault.
That's 40k.
Yeah, no, I didn't make that.
Okay, so the whole room has a sense of the unnatural about it, but it's, between your drug-addled mind and the weirdness of the place, it's hard to narrow it down to a particular source or series of sources. It's just a vague sense of wrongness about the room. He slumps down into an old leather armchair on one side of the room and sort of offers you a mishmash of different chairs around the place. A lot of them look like they've been collected from rubbish piles and in some ways restored, in some ways not so much restored. But there's enough chairs for everybody, plus a few spares.
Sister will be standing and looking around carefully.
I flop into a chair.
I take the second best chair because I assume that old mate's got the best one.
Yeah.
At my current state, not necessarily. Whatever the closest chair was.
Yeah, but best
you're
chair
not
is a bit of
old, mate.
a bit of oxymoron in this particular area.
I just take a chair which isn't covered in dried, soiled mess.
He appears to have limited his own mess to his own chair. So. Now he looks
Very kind.
at Lars. What is it that you seek? What? How can I guide you down?
What guidance do you offer, my Jack?
I simply help people find that which they seek. I get right to the marrow of the matter.
Look at his face carefully. Has he got a brand of psycho or anything on it?
Give me a awareness test at +20.
Is this for everybody or?
Anyone who's giving him it's quite dark in here, so if you want us to look him over, it will be obvious you're looking him over. So anyone that wants to sort of
I guess
I'm.
give him a...
Yep.
Mike
James, can I
stares
use
blatantly.
psychic power?
You may use psychic power if you feel that is warranted.
Oh,
Because
goody.
Since I
feel
can't
like
see anything,
this-
I just mutter to myself, "You are really ugly."
Hey, what? Hang on, aren't we the drug ones? Why are you being an asshole?
Yep.
So, Chris, what psychic power do you want to use?
I'm going to use warp perception. It's
Okay.
allows you to see things, sort of thing.
Yep. Are you rolling it fettered, unfettered, or push?
Comes off. Oh, we're just going to go average.
Okay, unfettered.
I don't feel like I need to push at the moment.
Alright, Mike,
Unfettered.
is your chance to officiate the rules again?
So it's doesn't really
Sorry, I
give
was
a
just
hang on
having
a
sandwich
second.
bowling.
worries.
What was that?
Are you using a psychic power again? So, he's using it unfettered?
Because that's what I do.
Yep.
Yep.
So...
What psi rating?
I'll just do it a psi rating 1, because
Okay.
we're 10. So I gain unnatural senses for 10 meters.
Okay, no worries.
So he's within that 10 meters, yeah.
He is, yes.
So
And yeah,
I
there-
get
there
a
is-
so I get a +10 because there's stuff around me that's within that 10 meters.
Yep, that's it.
I wouldn't need to push out to 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
okay.
he definitely
so
has...
I get a +10 for my cipher.
Yep, so...
Yeah, so I get a +10 for my psi focus, a +10 for using it at 1, strength 1 instead of strength 2,
Yes.
and that's all I can think of.
Okay,
Missing
that's
anything
fine.
there?
You didn't trigger an effect either. Okay. So, with the unnatural senses, you can sort of... You can almost taste the stink of the warp upon this guy. Somehow, he is either touched by the warp, or has somehow the other way been affected by it.
What can no los dos?
Is it a particular part of him, or just his whole being?
No, it's his whole being.
Like, as opposed to old mate who, his whole being is warp touched.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, I'd say we want to find out what's in our immediate future. Do you charge for your services, my good fellow?
Not normally. Not unless the matter must be delved into deeper. The visions, they just come, and I give them to those who must see. If people want me to delve deeper into the river of time, I can, but with risks there must be reward.
Well, we must see. It is a matter of curiosity. Let's call it curiosity at this point in time. Yes, curiosity. Is anyone hungry? I'm really hungry. My God, I've got the munchies.
He sort of looks around as though he was going to offer you some food, but quickly realises there's nothing in the room, which is immediately edible, and ignores it. So, you wish to see into your near future, I see. Yes, well. He sort of starts to rock slowly back and forth, and sort of zones out, even more so than before. Like, despite his cataract eye and bad optic, he always looks at when he talks, but now he sort of stares off into the distance as he rocks, and he sort of tastes the air from time to time, sort of just making like sort of smacking his lips as he goes, before he sort of gets a shudder down his spine that causes him to sort of sit bolt upright. Yes, yes.
So
Down below.
Yep.
Down below is where the bodies go. Yes. Into a river of filth. Past those who carry the bloodied blades. Yes. That is where you will go. He looks at you like he expects you obviously understand what he's talking about.
Of course he does.
So could I use Forbidden Law Psychers to get a gauge on whether he's actually used psychic power? Like I can tell he's touched by the warp,
Yep.
and then maybe able to use that to gauge, like from what he's gotten, how strong he is or what sort of skills he has.
Yep, no worries.
Plus minus.
I'll give you a plus 10
Straight roll
on that one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
5 degree successes.
You get a feeling that he is channeling the warp in what he does, not through any form of training. More like as though his section of the warp was like exercising a muscle as such, but he's definitely sort of stared into the warp to divine the sort of provide a forewarning as to your future, basically.
Can I guess after watching him, I sort of do a perception check, or an awareness check, I suppose. An awareness or scrutiny? What would it be?
What are you trying to determine?
Just like, I guess, what's going on. Like, if I can sort of figure out whether he's like a hedge witch or...
Yeah, give me a scrutiny test at plus 10.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
Yep, okay.
Ooh, I win.
So, it doesn't feel like he's a charlatan. Like, you know, he honestly believes what he's just said, basically. And obviously, to have that sort of belief, he's either very insane or channeling some form of power. Based upon the, you know, your experience with hedge wizards and such, or hedge mages, this is sort of seems consistent with what you would perceive as to be a, you know, witch-like behaviour.
Is he still in his trance now?
No, he's come out of it.
How do I like enchant us to say, bravo, that was That was an amazing show and very helpful to us in our cause. We are in awe of your power, and we have clearly been directed to the right place when we have asked who will give us guidance in the future.
Yeah, he...
Seems like a chump.
Yeah, I mean,
do you need a charm test for that, or?
No, I'm happy to say that, you know, he enjoys being. I mean, you're not trying to make him do anything right now. He's just he seems to be endeared to the fact that you are. Like, he doesn't sort of smile or show appreciation, but you know, he clearly sort of, you know, looks at you and is taking in the compliment. He sort of, as he looks at you, once again, his vision narrows. I see you. You walk a dangerous path. You seek something of great value. Something that has been lost or stolen. Does another seek to wear the skin, to clothe themselves in a mortal form? Yes. Yes, I see. You will face great dangers if you are to recover that which has been taken.
Who seeks to wear my skin?
They...
Did you just bolt upright?
A little bit.
Yeah. I'm all over this.
They are not from this place. They are from the land beyond the mirror.
Do you know who they are? Do you know where they are? Where's my armor?
I do not see, but others will come. When the others come, you will know that your time of reckoning is soon. You will know when they come.
Angora slumps back down and says, "Does anyone have a drink?"
He once again looks around expectantly as though he may have a drink somewhere in the room, but then gives up.
I pull out a low stick.
I take it.
I light it for you.
Foul habit.
I partake in a low stick myself.
I'll lean forward to ask him a couple of questions. We were originally here to deal with Darnius Fane, but something's happened. Do you know anything about what's going on?
He sort of thinks for a moment. By the hands of the brothers, two brothers fight, another brother falls. One brother is shrouded where you will not see him. The other brother, he swims through the detritus, through the leavings of others.
Do you know who killed the fallen brother?
Didn't he just say it?
Well, he implied that one brother died because two brothers fight, but he didn't necessarily say it was by the hand. He sort of thinks for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, my drug-addled brain is writing its own story.
By
Yeah, have this trampoline so you can jump to conclusions a little better.
by many hands did he fall. Hands all directed by the brother. Hands controlled beyond when they should be. Those who have gone below have come back. Follow the bodies.
Yeah.
Alright. Zombies. Zombies, you guys.
Zombie.
Mother flippin' zombies. God damn it.
Mind-controlled zombies. Mind-controlled zombies.
Holy.
Puppet zombies.
He turns to Darius
Yeah.
and points at Darius, sort of accusingly. You will return home. There you will find the great deceit. There you will face your greatest challenge. Yes. Your path will lead you home.
I lean forward.
You have
I
a mark
smile
upon you.
ruefully.
My, there's a lot of dirty laundry out this evening.
And I arch my eyebrow as he says you have a mark upon you, and I basically just cast him a look, just expressing my curiosity.
I see it now. You are all agents of the Black Queen. She has come at last, and now the game will be played until one king or another falls.
Oh, this sounds promising.
Kangoro nearly flew out of his seat.
I don't think this was a good idea.
I'm gonna use the psychic power.
Okay. Flayed flesh or something like that?
I'm gonna use a telepathic link and say that is enough.
Is that to him or to them? To the rest of the group?
To him, just to him.
He sort of...
So, willpower.
It
It really depends. He either he's
not resisting.
Like a really bad idea.
Yeah, you won't need
he
to
won't
resist. Yeah.
He's not resisting. Yeah, so I don't need to roll. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. So
Yeah,
he
I'm
sort of
gonna
looks
say,
around.
Sounds like a terrible plan.
that
He looks around in a degree of shock,
that is enough. Leave now.
and then sort of says, I have said enough. It is time you should go. Yes. Very tired now, I am. He sort of stands up.
Lars is going to get up and go, well, this was eventful. Come on!
Darius gets up, slaps him on the face, and is like, "We were never here." I just imagine that's how Darius ends every conversation. We were never here.
Hey man, only the talking gangsters.
Come on, Kane, let's go.
He sort of wanders around the room,
Okay.
ignoring you, basically trying to
Lars
clean
makes
dirt
for
off
the
any
door,
object he can.
I do actually hold him up.
He looks at you fearfully.
I do actually hold him up, and I ask him, "What do you mean, Mark?"
I was told not to say more. The voice said, "I've said enough." He sort of leans in close to you and whispers into your ear.
I wait for everyone else to pile out slowly, and I do listen.
Yep.
You notice that that Lars is lingering at the door.
It saw you. It still sees you.
I smile and I say, "Tell it I say hello." And I pack my stuff up and I leave too.
And I pull out my gun.
and then I clarify that, hey man, Lars technically got the last shot off.
Yeah.
Technically. But again, another clerical error. Apparently, it's always me.
just you know, when it's ripping my guts out, whatever this thing is, I just wanted
It's
on
a
the
clerical
record.
error!
This is such a stitch up.
Screaming off into the distance.
Anyway, I rejoin Lars and the party.
Alright. As you leave, a moment later you hear several bolts
yeah.
relock themselves on the door.
Well,
that was enlightening.
I don't know about you guys, but I need some calf. Maybe for calf?
yeah, I could go for some calf.
Yeah. I feel like we should all just think for a bit, regroup. In like
I
a couple of
think it's
hours.
pretty clear we're gonna have to talk to Fane's brother, who's supposedly running
Let's
the,
not discuss it. Let's not discuss this out here in the open. Let's get somewhere.
Alright. You find basically a small 24-hour shop that basically just, serves food to the workers, where, a few twists of your cog and you're able to get some recap on the table.
We're gonna move ourselves to a more secluded corner.
Yeah, I mean, the place itself is... Think of your old style, like, what were the cafes called where you basically had, like, the walls of food in the automats, that's right, yeah. Think like that, basically. People just sit in their own and just go and get food off of a display wall. And you're able to sort of find a secluded booth where...
They call that...
Yeah. You've got some time to space to yourself.
They call that, like, Fibo in, one of those things, like, Fibo in the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone makes
Yeah. I'm just smoking, blowing some rings, looking like I'm contemplating.
Roughly how
my
much
life
time
decisions.
has passed since we've had dinner?
Probably about 2 hours now.
Okay, so am I depressed now? Is that it?
Yeah, I'd say so, yep.
Are we depressed?
I'd like to have something to eat if it's available.
Yeah, I mean, there's food here. It's nutritional without being tasty.
It's protein paste, isn't it?
Just how I like it.
Yeah, it's like sort of
Soylent
glossy.
Meridians.
It's like sort of glossy black bars of tasteless jelly.
Oh, isn't that the stuff this place
Yummy.
produces?
Pretty much.
Oh,
it's readily
man,
available
this is
here.
made from bugs. Is this Snowpiercer?
Sorry, I saw that film and I can't get that idea out of my
I remember
head
reading in the dossier. Does nobody read the dossier? Nobody ever reads the dossier.
Corpse starch. Yum.
Good film.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, I'm really into this coffee.
Yes, good eatings. Okie dokie. So, yeah. Kangoro kind of just sighs and then says, "Great. So we're working for a heretic. I'm never gonna get my armor back. And now we've got...
for a heretic.
What?
Well, so working for a heretic. Cursed was
Where did you
accused
get that
of being
from?
a heretic. Oh, you know, I hear things.
What are you babbling, Kangoro? Literally,
I hear
babbling.
things.
Babbling.
Look, I've heard that, through very reliable sources, that Cursed was named a heretic by a rival Inquisitor, and it's only because Azarak, who was also named heretic but never convicted, that's the only reason that he's safe, because Azarak has his back.
Wait, who's Azarak? What?
Inquisitor Azarak. You know, the person we're working for?
Oh yeah. That lady. The black lady. Oh.
Well, I hope she's not the Black Queen, because I don't want to be part of anybody's game. I want to be playing my own game.
Well,
What
better
do you
not,
think
better,
of this?
better not be
Sister,
regicide
you-
because you're terrible at that, Kangoro.
Sister, I look over at Sister.
Where did you hear all this stuff from?
I have my sources.
Are they good sources?
They're the best sources, alright?
So do you
Look,
know the
I'll-
names of these sources, or are they random people?
Yes, I'm going to tell you all of my sources right here in the middle of the bloody gallows way. Let's just.
If
Why
you're
don't I just
accusing,
shout?
if you're accusing if you're accusing an honourable, servant of the Emperor, I think that's something that you should back up.
How do you know he's honourable?
So you're saying he's not honourable?
No,
Oh,
I'm saying how do you
didn't
know
you work
he's
with him?
honourable?
He works for an Inquisitor. The Inquisitor has put him in a position of responsibility and trust. She hasn't done that because she doubts his honour and his ability.
I sit back and cross my arms and chew some delicious corpse starch.
So you're pouting and chewing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Look, that's beside the point. Let's worry about that later. What did we actually learn from the delightful old man about?
He's
We
crazy.
need to go. We need to go with. We need to follow. Yeah, we need to follow the bodies.
Yeah, we should go to the sewers, in my opinion.
The not the drain. What was that place called?
I think the
don't know.
Underhive, past the Purity
Yes.
Gate. I think they're suggesting that
Purity
these
Gate.
bodies which are being stolen might be going past the Purity Gate to some river of filth. That's what I got from what he was saying.
What about the boneyard?
Follow the
Mostly
bodies,
unoccupied
could be.
section of the district where non-recyclable matters such as teeth and ground bone dust go. I mean, is that inside the district or is that under?
That's within the district itself.
Well, I think before
Yeah,
we start
for
going
me
under hive, let's have a look at the boneyard because that's certainly where a portion of the bodies end up.
Sounds like a good
I
idea.
think we should. Oh, go. I think we
And
should
when-
have a speak to this brother who's running some sort of facility here. If the suggestion
run the
definitely was
boneyard?
that there were 3 brothers, one's dead, one's working here, and one's down. That's what I got from what he said.
And also, no,
I
but
thought about
the
two
we've got to go
brothers.
past the blades. Blades. Isn't there a gang that's got something to do with blades down here?
The Red Walk, they're a slasher gang from the gantry below the gallows way.
We could have a quick word
Okay.
with this Oath Captain Niels, see what she can tell us about this gang and some of these information we got.
Okay.
Didn't she say
Ah,
that they didn't really have anything to do with it? Didn't she say that it was like not their work? I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I didn't make notes as well as I should have.
Look. I remember saying we need to go through the blades
Hmm.
to get to where we need to be. So I
Ooh.
assume the blades, whatever district they're in, we need to go there and go through that. So, and I assume that's going to be somewhere near the gate. What's that gate? The gate.
Purity Gate.
Purity
Gate.
Gate, which is the way to get down into the Underhive, which is, it sounds like that's, where that brother is. But before we go there, let's hit the boneyard up and talk to the other brother and see if we can get any more information about the third brother.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
A waiter,
I think
someone who's been serving the food, sort of walks past your table and picks up, this bit of spare plates, and at the same time, conspicuously drops something heavy and metal onto the table. It looks like a rusted cog before turning away and walking away from the table.
Excuse me, you dropped this.
He keeps walking.
Subtle.
he walks away faster.
Can I smack him?
You can smack whoever you like.
I deserve it.
Sunny-science?
That's what the sister's gonna do. She's
Yeah,
back.
it's I'll give it to you for free. There's nothing psychic about it. It's just a rusted
Cool.
metal cog.
Just pocket and take it.
Right, you pick it up. You notice that it
can I
has
do like a
someone's
Did you say
etched
poke it and take it? Poke it, take it.
Can I use the tech? Can I use like a tech use or something on it to see if it's been tampered with or?
No,
to
I mean,
bring it
first
along?
off, the sisters just picked it up, and when you do, you notice that it has etching on the other side in High Gothic, which I'm pretty sure that only you and Brother Lucius speak.
Yeah.
It basically says Cog Lostock Boneyard in High Gothic, which pretty much says Cog Lostock and then something in Latin, since you can't really translate it.
Boom.
Hold on.
I need more calf. My brain is
I
on
think we're
fire.
heading to the boneyard.
Coffee,
And to the
Can
boneyard
I have a
we
coffee to
go.
go? Coffee to go?
Where's my skim latte?
Caramel latte. Caramel latte.
All right, we go. I guess. Let's follow the thing.
Okay, so you head out.
How long? Yeah, sorry. How long are we going to be, depressed and morose, and is Kangaroo going to be pouting for?
Let's roll
Well,
some
I'm
dice
hyped
and
up
find
on
out. So
calf.
first off, so it's just Lars and
I thought-
Kangaroo that are affected right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep,
Lars
okay.
is trying to
Okay, so
fix the effects
Lars
with
is
with
morose for 8 hours. Kangaroo for
Oh,
9.
God.
Oh shit!
Wow.
So much calf. I'm going to be
I
shitting and pissing like a racehorse.
I'm super grumpy.
As we travel, I will be giving a discussion about one of the thoughts of the day, which is, if you cannot speak well of your master, be silent. Because I feel
Randomly
that
selected,
is-
I'm sure.
I
just
also chime
happens
in
to be
with-
what came up first. I can't control that.
I retort saying, the heretic has many guises.
But the Emperor only asks
God.
that you obey.
The Emperor asks that you die. It squints.
Tanty. What a tanty.
Is this like your mum off
So
with thoughts for the day?
You seem to think that you're very intelligent and you know a lot about this, don't you?
I say nothing.
Just remember, the Emperor will not judge you by your medals and diplomas, but by your scars.
I stomp
Death
on
by the hand
Kangaroo's
of a
foot before he
heretic
opens
is-
his mouth. I stomp on his foot.
So
Ow, you stepped on my foot.
one very pleasant
I
hour
know.
later, you find your way to the boneyard, which is, as you would expect, several massive piles of powdered bone with people scavenging through it. There are sort of like a couple of buildings sort of poorly constructed alongside the boneyard, and some of the scavengers that have come and go from the boneyard to those buildings, others sort of leave and head off to their homes as such. But there's probably at least 30 to 40 scavengers at any point in time working the piles, and from time to time a auto carriage will come along and dump just another sort of truckload of ground bone
Teeth and bones?
onto the piles. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're looking
You
for
guys
a-
stand out like
Oh,
sore
yeah.
thumbs here, by the way. These scavengers are clearly the lowest of the low for this district. They work in rags basically. You guys all stand out like dog's balls.
Yeah, I see the Ecclesiarchy just kind of like striding at the front of our group, whilst myself and Kangoro just shuffle along at the back, being just not giving a shit, more
Hands
or
in
less.
pockets.
Hands in pockets, sucking on a low stick, wishing I brought more calf.
One of the buildings does have a large sort of constructed cog, similar to the one, like a much larger version of the one that was dropped on your table before.
I start shuffling in that direction.
Okay, let's head over there.
Alright. When you get close, people that are sort of coming out sort of move out of your way and sort of pull the... It's not so much a door, but just curtains out of the way as you enter the building. The main part of the building looks to be pretty much just a doss house. Just people lying on small cots or piled together clothing or mattresses that form the basic sort of living beds and such. There are a few sort of small camp stoves about where people cook food, and there's sort of some of the piles have been dragged in here as well, where people are sort of sorting through them in more detail. At the far end of the room, though, is some sort of large machine. You can't really divine its key purpose just by looking at it, but sort of emerging from the machine, facing towards the room, from about the waist up, is a man who is clearly irrevocably integrated with this device. Tubes and connections come out of the skin of his body and go into the machine. There are like pumps around that pump fluids into and out of his body. He clearly, although he hasn't actually had replacement full like eye optics, you can see that his eyes give a metallic glint as well. And he sort of surveys the room. People approach him, and they'll converse with him before going about their tasks as well. He appears to be quite very much a part of this machine.
Is he in the robes of a tech priest? Or
No,
anything like
it is the part of his body you can see is naked. But it's only really his torso.
I walk up. As I'm walking up, is there like a chair or something near where this dude is? Or
You can pick up a chair easily on the way there.
Sit on.
Yep.
Yeah, I pick up a chair. I don't actually pick it up. I'm just gonna grab it and skull drag it all the way up until about like 3 or 4 meters away from this dude, and then just flop into the chair.
Alright.
Start sparking up a low stick.
This close to him, you can hear his breathing, but it's not coming from him. It's coming from like a series of pumps about 2 feet to his right. But it matches the rise and fall of his chest. He sort of gives you a wary look, and then the voice that emits sort of comes out of like his mouth moves, but there's like a loud hailer above him that from where the voice emerges, quite metallic and servitor-like, basically. I see you received my message.
Well, that was you.
You certainly
that?
got
Hulk back.
You certainly got the shit end of the stick. You're pleasant and I'm unpleasant.
I do not understand.
I think that it's best that my friends take a seat and relax from talking for a little while.
I just suck on my cigarette.
He sort of looks towards a person standing nearby. Bring more seats. And that person scurries off to gather people to bring over enough seats to cover everybody. You have come to the gallows way to follow the corpse trade, yes?
Yes.
I am willing to help you. In exchange for
your knowledge that you're helping the Emperor in his duties?
A labour.
Choking on my cigarette.
Okay, what is this labour that you have?
You may choose. I have 2 things that I require. One, you would have to perform before I help you. The other, I will help you on the basis that you will perform it later.
Okay, and what are these tasks?
One is that my body is difficult to maintain. I
I burst into
require
laughter.
I require fresh fluids. You are clearly of more privileged stock than those who service me here. I would require a transplantation of some fluids.
Look at Kangoro
She
like
looks
he's
to the
an untapped
nobles.
keg.
Alternatively,
Who are...
there is a member of the Red Wake who regularly threatens my followers. I will help you in exchange for a commitment that you will see to his end.
Look at the others.
How difficult is it to get fluids? Which is an interesting sentence to say out loud.
You're asking him.
Because I've drunk a lot of coffee lately.
You are full of fluids now.
Ah.
Oh, joy.
He's gonna get stoned off of your blood.
Not gonna hurt that much.
It sounds like the sister's volunteering.
No, I'm actually volunteering you.
I require 1 unit of whole blood and 1 unit of fresh marrow.
You're gonna have to fill me in on what a unit is.
He sort of holds up his hands and does like a sort of a box shape in the air, which doesn't appear to be much. You'd maybe guess
A liter or two.
maybe a liter of blood. The marrow would appear to be quite small.
I say that we go...
Brother Lucius is the biggest of us, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, but you see, I'm
Physically the
nowhere
biggest guy
near
here.
of as pure stock as you guys, as you keep reminding me.
Yeah, I like poke towards him and go, "You got plenty to spare."
So, I'm quite grumpy. I want to hit something. Let's go and fight the Red Wake.
Who is this man in the Red Wake that you seek destroyed?
His people call him Face Biter.
Delightful.
Oh, imaginative. Is he called that because he does a great manicure?
No.
She's a biter.
Oh dear. Somebody thought that was hilarious. Anyway,
Sorry, that was my housemate just walked in the room. Anyway, yeah.
So you will terminate Face Biter in exchange for the information that you seek. Yes?
yes.
Yes.
Sister?
Yes.
Is
He's
this
a
why we brought you on?
I still think it was a good idea to give, you know, the nobles to him, but okay.
Weren't you brought in on this little adventure so that you could show how terrible we were at combat?
Yeah, I'm still
moral
not sure
center.
about killing someone, but okay, fine, let's just keep Kill the guy.
I'm being quiet, but I'm super psyched for combat.
Darius is like already loading his sniper rifle and sort of like looking up like, are we seriously discussing this? Like, what's
He's maintaining a cat-like
I
state
don't
of
want to
readiness.
steer anyone in a particular direction, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm poking Brother Lucius, going, yes.
Yeah, we'll kill
Much
this
blood.
guy.
Very
Much
well.
We shall
blood.
force him to repent and then destroy him.
There are 3 Bane brothers. The eldest is Thomas. The next is Feru. And the last is Darnus. Thomas has long since departed for the Underhive, and now no longer concerns this district. Feru operates the Mortuarius, and he is the one who is involved in the corpse trade. He has corpses removed from the processing line and passed through the Red Wake gangers in the gantry, down, and into the sump. He has since left this district as well to engage in whatever his illicit activities are beyond the gantry, but you will find evidence of his activities and the items he has removed from bodies in the Mortuarius offices. He is responsible for Darnus's death. He used some foul sorcery to bring back the bodies of the fallen and send them against his brother. Why? I do not know. But you may find more evidence in the Mortuarius offices. The Mortuarius is still staffed and still operates. You will likely find that Feru's agents still operate there. But there you must go if you are to find the right path down. I have heard that not all in the Red Wake are content with their dealings with Feru. You may find an ally in Vornus Crimson. If not, you should seek a merchant named Omar Endish. Endish is likely the most powerful man in the gantry. You may receive his help.
How do you know all this?
Yeah, who are you?
My name is Cog Lostock.
I'm glad that Lucius is on board.
I guide the people of the Gallows Way and process information. As if on cue, yeah, the machine behind him makes a loud series of whirs and grinds as it processes a bit more information.
Well, where to first? Shall we see if we can find this merchant?
He sort of
Did you twitch Kangoro?
he shakes his head. The merchant is in the gantry. The Mortuarius is in the Gallows Way. You cannot run before you can walk.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to deal with the mortuarius here first.
If you enter the gallows way now, you do so with your enemies at your back.
I thought we were in the gallows way.
Sorry, the gantry.
Now we're in the...
Retcon.
Okay, so we're in the gallows.
If you enter the gantry now, you do so with enemies at your back. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, the mortuarius is here in the gallows way.
Yeah, right where that ping was.
Okay.
Somebody give this man his blood.
What?
Now we're
No.
killing someone.
We're gonna go... We're killing someone.
Oh. Oh. I'll bring you his blood. How's that sound?
I do not desire his fluids,
No.
merely his end.
You hardly seem to be all that picky.
He ignores that.
Alright, well, shall we go... Alright. Thank you very much. And when do we let you know when Mr. Biter is no longer with us?
I will know. Remember
Alright.
our
Information.
Shall we go then?
arrangement.
Yeah.
Where
Dead face,
can we
dead
find
biter.
Where can we find Mr. Biter? Just before
The
we go.
gantry.
Alright.
Okay. Sounds like we head to the mortuarius.
I stand up, and as I do so, I knock my chair over. I don't care. I walk out.
Okay.
Sister will wait till they are all out, and she'll give the dude his cock back.
Give him, sorry, his...
Oh, that's very nice of you.
What was it, sorry?
Oh.
She does
Oh.
what?
She'll return the cock for him.
Oh, the cog. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Oath cog.
he regards it interestingly and then passes it to someone else who carries it away. And he sort of gives you an unsmiling nod.
And off we go.
Yep.
From the wizard.
You head off towards
What of a wizard
the
of Oz.
mortuarius.